I am currently in the post-game of Pokemon Legends Arceus, mostly grinding completed Pokedex entries while doing some shiny hunting on the side. I find myself frequently switching up my team to use fun and unique Pokemon combinations now that my journey through the main story has come to a close. Seeing as my main story team was built around Typhlosion, I often wonder what my team would have been like had I chose either Rowlet or Oshawott instead of Cyndiquil at the start of the game. That's exactly what I'm going to explore in today's video, where I showcase the team I would have used had I chosen Hisuian Decidueye as my partner Pokemon. Quick side note, this team isn't meant to represent the best team you could use in a playthrough while choosing Decidueye. These are just the Pokemon I think I would have fun using in a playthrough, though I do think the team comes together nicely to make a pretty solid squad. Without further ado, let's get into today's video. It should come as no surprise to see Hisuian Decidueye leading the team. I mean, it is his video after all. I love this Pokemon going from a design standpoint, going from the more sleek and mysterious look that we are familiar with from Gen 7 to a more fierce and bulky one in the Hisui region. While his design is pretty solid, his typing does leave him vulnerable to quite a few weaknesses, those being Poison, Fire, Psychic, Ice, Fairy, and especially Flying, more than either of the other starter choices. So let's quickly try to fix that weakness to flying with an electric type Pokemon. The three I was thinking about were Luxray, Jolteon, or Electivire. I was originally leaning towards Electivire as he almost seems the most balanced while also being the hardest hitter, but I ultimately chose Jolteon to represent the electric type on this team. Hisuian Decidueye is a physical attacker and is extremely slow, while Jolteon happens to be the exact opposite. Despite Jolteon's low HP and defense, its very high speed and special attack makes it a perfect option to be the team's bird repellent. Next up, I think the team needs a formidable water type to help with that fire weakness, and there's not too many more formidable than Gyarados. Gyarados brings a solid attack stat and a pretty solid special defense stat to the team, plus a Pokemon with an immunity to ground type moves is always a nice addition to any squad. Gyarados is also boasting a pretty decent move pool. It has access to some strong physical water moves, as well as access to dragon type moves. It can even learn Bulldoze to hopefully shore up that weakness to electric type moves a little bit. I have always been a fan of the fire, water, grass core on my teams, so I think Magmortar will serve as the team's resident fire type. Magmortar will provide us with another very strong special attacker, with all its other stats ranging from good to serviceable. The main reason to add the blast Pokemon to our team is to counter Decidueye's weakness to ice types. But Magmortar will also provide us coverage against grass, bug, and steel type Pokemon as well. While Magmortar is weak against water, ground, and rock, he surprisingly gets access to moves to cover all three. With a hardy 540 base stat total, Magmortar is another excellent addition to the squad. Our fifth member of the team has to go to Gardevoir, a Pokemon that you could easily use on any team in this game. Besides just having a very strong special attack and special defense stats, Gardevoir's main draw is its fatty move pool. Gardevoir gets access to some very useful moves like Thunderbolt and Ice Beam, as well as stab moves such as Psychic or Dazzling Gleam. If you really want to get crazy and go balls to the wall, you could run Hyper Beam, but I don't recommend that. I was bouncing around a few ideas for the last member of the team. At first, I thought about a Snorlax, since he is a lot like Gardevoir, being viable on most any team. Then I was leaning toward an Umbreon for that dark typing to really stick it to those psychic and ghost types, but we have several Pokemon who can learn a dark type move. Finally, I realized my best bet would be to rock with a Hisuian Goodra. This Pokemon's typing makes it only weak to ground and fighting, while offensively it's good against dragon, ice, rock, and fairy types. But perhaps the best thing this Pokemon can bring to the table is an immunity to poison, one of these 6 weaknesses Hisuian Decidueye has. So our final team is comprised of Hisuian Decidueye, Jolteon, Gyarados, Magmortar, Gardevoir, and last but not least, Hisuian Goodra. All in all, I think this is a pretty viable squad, but if you see any ways to help improve it, feel free to let me know. On that note, I encourage you all to put your teams you use or plan to use in Pokemon Legends Arceus in the comments down below. Keep an eye out for the Samurott team video in the near future, and until next time guys, later.